What is something you find attractive that most people don't? I kinda like a prominent nose. Not like a really aquiline nose, or a big shnoz. Just, I dunno, prominent. High bridge of the nose. Dominant facial feature. Hard to explain, I just find a good nose really attractive. Fellow nosephile, I'm on this except I love an aquiline nose, a big schnoz, crooked nose, dominant nose. Any nose that takes center stage does it for me. I love Adrian Brody. Crow's feet, when a middle-aged woman smiles, the tiny wrinkles at the corner of her eyes are a reflection of all the smiles she's ever had. I love it. I agree, I've loved this my whole life, and not just with women. I like it on humans in general. Dry sense of humor. I love people who make me laugh and are nonchalant about it. I have a dry sense of humor. I don't wish to change it, but it gets me in more trouble than good sometimes because hardly anyone gets it. I think people forget dry humor exists since everything is so exaggerated and in your face these days. I like to deliver a joke like Norm Macdonald. I like girls with voices like Emma Stone, like that, deep for a female, kind of voice. Not sure why, but I really like it. I also have a thing for any girl into me, so my type gets complicated, lol. The word I use to describe it is, sultry. Her, Scarlett J. Lawrence. All of them incredibly more attractive with their voices. Interesting teeth. I have a relatively straight set of natural chompers on me, but I can't stand unnaturally straight teeth. It freaks me out. On the flip side, I love all sorts of crooked teeth. I think they're so unique, cute and attractive. Obviously if they cause pain or discomfort I'm not about it, but there's something just damn magnetizing about someone who confidently rocks atypical teeth. I agree, same with super bright white teeth. Weirds me out tbh. Short guys. I'm short. I don't want to feel like I'm standing around a giraffe all the time. I'm short but I'm Mexican short. I'm 5'1" at 24 and I used to hate that about me. Now I accepted who I am and I love myself. I'm sure the right person won't mind me being a short fuck. Scars, there is just something about them. Maybe it's because all scars have a story behind them. This makes me feel good. I have gotten 5 scars in the last 6 years from surgeries, and 1 from falling face first into a garbage can. Super clingy women. I like to feel loved and I don't do much with my time anyway. I love reciprocal clingy. The trick is to find a way to breathe in between so you don't burn one another out. Almost every traditionally unattractive nose shape. Big, bulbous, hooked, anything like that, I think it looks really cool. I am so glad that so many people love oddly shaped, large noses. I have hope. A man's thick juicy thighs, especially when he's sitting down, boxers on, with his thighs open. It's so sexy. Wait, people like that? Welp, I guess I found one thing people might like about me. The only thing that I could think of before was my hair. It's good enough to where I get called a woman sometimes, lol. Dorkiness, awkward people. I love when people are true to themselves and geek out about things. Tomboys. Love them so much. Boyish figures, boyish voices, I love it all. I think one of the only outfits that I've seen IRL that's made me actually blush was a woman in a tank and board shorts. I get so sad seeing women think guys aren't into this stuff, especially things you can't control, like small, flat boob size. Some of us really are. What about a woman dressing and styling herself super feminine but has boyish features, body type? When women have a single solitary crooked tooth. Not like mangled crooked but a fair bit off-center, had a GF many years ago and I adored her smile due to her single crooked tooth. When she went to the dentist to get it corrected I begged her not to do it. Once it was corrected I found that I really missed that crooked tooth and her smile. Ah, there's hope for me yet. A woman that is vulgar. My greatest fear about relationships is that I'll have to change, so a girl that's into the same sense of humor as me would be fucking stellar. I swear like a sailor my ex hated it so much. Women with the slightest bit of a belly that looks nice and soft. Shoulders drive me crazy too. Holding hands. A woman that cuddles me as much as I do her. Autism. No bullshit. I'm on the spectrum and there's something about weird girls on the spectrum that makes my brain go blank in a good way. I think it's my brain realizing I don't have to mask around them. It's like if my brain were constantly flexing and then suddenly it relaxes and chills out. Like you just finished lifting your last weight for the day. Or with ADHD so both our heads can randomly go to a Mexican song while watching Netflix. Shit can go on a weird path but my autistic brain loves it so much. Every 10 minutes we doing something I ain't ever done before. When guys wear necklaces, black string tied to a pendant or something like that. I also like mole, freckles. They are like landmarks leading you to finding who the person is, and I just want to explore. Freckled shoulders make me weak. Dorkiness and nerdiness. If you're really into your hobby, it's cute. If you're bookish and shy, it's cute. I would rather date a well-read man than a hot jock who doesn't read for pleasure. Let's be dorks together. As a guy, I don't think I hear enough men talk about the importance of a woman with a great sense of humor. It is my favorite trait to laugh together all the time. When a guy comes home from the gym or work all sweaty and exhausted. Like, let me put you to sleep. I knew someone like this, she told me about it, but apparently I smell nice even after sweating. Although we would take showers together before going to sleep, whenever we were together. Well-structured critical arguments rooted in compassion that point out gaps in my logic or inconsistencies in my actions so that I can better align my behavior with my ideological perspective. This guy writes the best essays. Girls who are outgoing and confident, almost confrontational. Most guys hate it. IDKY, but the girls who act submissive are not at all sexy to me. I'm constantly feeling like I'm too overly confident or confrontational. I think it attracts the right people at least. I love it when a guy has a belly. One of the ways I show affection is through cooking and serving. If he's got a belly, that means he's well loved and that makes me happy. Rip your inbox. I like women more Rubenesque. Like with belly, rounder, curvy, and not just the good curves. This makes me feel appreciated. IDK, there's just something about a man's voice that is so attractive to me. Voices are such a turn on. An imperfect smile, a little gap, a little crowding, super charming to me. I like introverted girls. I am an introvert myself and I'd rather be with someone calm and peaceful than someone who goes on talking all the time. F***CKED up teeth on an attractive guy. I don't meant decay, cavities, stains, etc., but I like when they're crooked or chipped or gapped. If she's been through some shit. I don't wish it on people at all, but someone who understands mental shit. From my experience, I find those women to be more understanding and emotionally mature, like they have this deepness in conversation and it's just incredible. One of my friend's moms never went through anything, had an incredible life and had things handed to her from the start. When my friend was going through his shit, she had no understanding of what was going on. Get over it. What's wrong with you? Just smile and be happy. Quit looking so sad, you're pathetic. Not saying everyone is like this, but in my experience a lot of people who've been through some mental stuff have a kind of empathy that most people don't have. They fully understand. I've been through some seriously rough patches, but I use that to be there for people in similar situations. My dad was the same, and he understood a lot of my shit, and with my sister and mom it was the same. When I have kids, I want my wife and I to be there for them, to fully know what they're going through. It sucks ass that shit happens, but using that to help my kids would be massive. I could go on, but I'll get off the soapbox. Forget where this is from, but it's a quote that went something like this: for when you find yourself in moments of despair, go and be lonely and still. So that one day you may know how to sit with another that is lonely and still. Your comment just reminds me of that. Unrevealing dresses, like the kind that would be worn back when ankles were considered nudity. Crow's feet around the eyes. Some people have them prematurely and I think they're so darn cute. Stretch marks on the ass, IDKY. Also love a cute light paunch. Not a giant one but a cute belly. For some reason I like guys who look like they have a drug problem. A little greasy, pale, and generally like they may have hepatitis or something. I wish I was joking. The restaurant industry back of house awaits you. Arms with a little muscle from doing work outside and working on cars. I've never had a girlfriend, but for some reason I've always found the combination of brown eyes and blonde hair super attractive. I like the opposite, brown hair with bright blue eyes. Blonde hair with green eyes is something pretty special too. The curve of the neck into the shoulder, my wife, ***'s neck makes me want to drink her blood. Now, Dracula, we've talked about this. A woman's hands. You can tell a lot about a woman by looking at her hands, fingers and nails. Hey there Kira Yoshikage, I am sorry. I don't personally have a preference for physical traits, but one thing I absolutely find attractive is someone who can have deep conversations with me for hours. Especially when in a relationship with them, and we have the ability to sit down, have a deep talk about the things we feel are an issue and resolve them. Deep emotional talks, that's what I find attractive. Someone who is emotionally available.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and watch our other videos.